Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Spring 2026 New Jersey Film Festival Filmmaker Q&A series. Today, we have a wonderful person who made two excellent films that we will be screening this spring. And we've done this Q&A series now since the pandemic, so it's a wonderful way to reach out to folks who are far away. Yuwei Zhang, who's the director of Subtitled and Solstice, which are two short films we'll be screening on February 6th as part of a shorts program. She's out in California, so we have that 3-hour time difference, and it's always nice to be able to interact with people who are far away. So the Filmmaker series will go on. We'll have a few more filmmakers on, and you can always find them on our YouTube page, on my personal YouTube page, and we'll announce them on our socials too. The New Jersey Film Festival is celebrating its 44th anniversary. That's right, 44 years. I founded this festival back when I was a graduate student, and it's gone through lots of transformations, but we are now the longest running juried film festival in New Jersey. And we've been showing hundreds of films every year to really appreciative audiences. The festival in the spring actually takes place in the winter because it's associated with the spring semester at Rutgers University, where we've been based for those 44 years. So it's actually, the festival begins on January 23rd and will run through February 22nd on select Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. We are a hybrid festival still. We developed a new audience online during the pandemic, and we didn't want to exclude them. So our films are available on their show date for 24 hours online. And then most of the films will also have an in-person screening, and the ticket is good for both. So yes, we have some crazy people that watch the film during the day and then come to the in-person screening to interact with the directors, because many of the directors will be at the screenings as well. Anyway, welcome, Yuwei. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You're still a student? Are you still a student?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm no longer a student. I graduated from UCLA MFA program last year.
So you did graduate from UCLA and from their film school, correct?
Yeah,
Which
correct.
is very prestigious. So many famous filmmakers have come out of UCLA. So how did it feel being in the kind of auspices of such talent at UCLA? Was it very competitive? Was it a friendly environment?
I would say it's pretty friendly. I think the program at UCLA compared to like other like prestigious film schools are relatively small. We only have like around 15 to 20 people in our cohort. So it's a very like intimate community, like everyone works very closely with each other.
Wow. Only 15 or 20 every year they take, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I tell my students the big five film schools are USC, UCLA, American Film Institute, Columbia, and NYU. I think that's changed a little bit. There's a few other really great film schools, but those are still considered the top five. So congratulations being part of that program.
Thank you.
All right, so let's start talking a little bit about Subtitled, since that's the shorter of the two films. And but I must say, both films do take place on a soundstage. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about Subtitled, why you decided to make this film, and tell our audience a little bit about the film as well?
The film is a really short piece. It's inspired or it started as I mentioned that during the like in the narration of the film that I was actually filming another project. I was following the daily life of a student at UCSD in the linguistics department, and then during this process, I met the subject that she's studying at that moment, which is like the subject of Subtitled. And she is from San Juan Peñas, Mexico, and she left her home at the age of 17, 18 and never went back since. And she was just describing some photos on her phone to the researchers at the linguistics department. And I just found this, and she was speaking a language that's not very common. It's not Spanish, obviously. And that's the why like they're studying her at that time. But I found like the process of describing her photos in her native language, like very interesting. And I just came up with the idea of reconstructing that memory in a way on a soundstage because her like I think it's a little similar to like what she's doing. Like she's reconstructing her memories when she's describing those photos.
Hmm.
And I kind of like want to pay tribute to that.
At the end of the piece, without giving anything away, you do mention that you had to abruptly stop the project. What happened? Why did that happen?
It's just the research itself stopped because of some like funding issues. I actually don't know if those two things are related, but there were a lot of constructions going on the campus at that time.
Really?
Yeah, so
It's, that's crazy. But I think you get enough in there to give a sense of how different the language that she's speaking is from Spanish. And I mean, you have nice subtitles for viewers in Spanish and in English as they're watching the film. And I'm saying, wow, this is completely different language. So it's all about preserving the heritage of her community, I guess, right?
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
So,
I say I think the original research is more about preserving the language, and I do want to mention that to like the researchers and the project. I hope that it continued or will be continuing in the future. And I think my project is just a very small piece, like in the middle of the
right,
whole
right. I
thing,
mean, you
just
definitely
to,
would like to
I
see
think,
more. I think you'd like to see more, but you could pick up from where you left off. I think that's relatively doable. Is the actor related at all to the sub? Is the actor or is the subject of the film the actor or is it a different person? I can't remember.
the that's a different person,
It
but
is a
I do
different,
have like some at the beginning showing the actual subject.
right. That's what I
Yeah.
thought. Cool. All right. So that's one film that subtitled is about 4 minutes long, but then you made a longer piece called Solstice that I really, really enjoyed. And I think our jury really liked it as well. And we recognize the New Jersey Film Festival alumna. Stacy Chu is one of your actors, and we showed her wonderful film that actually was set in Mexico a few years ago. I think it won a prize too. So it was nice to see her in the film. Tell us a little bit about Solstice and the genesis of this project.
Yeah, this actually I I think I had the inspiration just from living in California because I'm originally from China where during like even the summer the sun sets like earlier. And so when I was in California and sometimes the like during the summer the sun sets at like 8:30, I was like this is something that feels really strange and liminal to me.
Mm,
And I just wanna like write something about the sun never going down.
mm.
And I guess it just went really wild after that. Yeah, the
How so?
story.
How
I think
so?
yeah.
How so, Yue?
Yeah, because I just had this like the sun never going down as a starting piece, and then like a lot of things about a village, crazy townspeople, and karma, like
Oh, big
those
time.
things.
Yeah. I was going to say it's
Yeah,
a film about karma. Bad people doing bad things ultimately get their comeuppance, I think. Um, and,
yeah.
and it's a really wonderful film. And tell us a little bit about the casting. You staged this on a soundstage too. You had to do all the set design. Did you have help to do all these projects?
Yeah, I had a lot of time help from I made this when I was at UCLA, and we also have like a great production design program.
Hmm.
So I had a lot of time from the designers from that program. And I made this after subtitles, so I think there is a lot of like some kind of lineage coming from that. I was after writing this, I was like, this is a fun story, but I can't think of like any way to make this with a like with my budget. But then I was like, what if I build this on a soundstage?
Mm.
And this is more like a moral fable, so I don't think it has to be like very realistic or something. I think it would be more interesting if I tell this as like a picture book style
Yeah,
or like a
much
play
like
on the
that.
stage.
Yeah, yeah. Tell us about the actors. How did you find them?
Um, I actually very funny that I met Stacy before because I watched her other works and I was like I want to work with this actor
Mm,
and I originally brought her in to audition for the main character.
mm,
But then it was during some discussion in my class at that time.
mm.
We were saying that maybe we need more authenticity, like in representation of actors that are visually impaired. And since I have this character, I think it would just be a great idea if we do like more authentic casting.
Mm,
Um, it started like a very, I don't know, just a idealistic thought, I guess.
mm.
But then when we actually started acting, it was just like difficult as hell. Like we're in LA, but we just can't find any actors who are I guess there are just not enough opportunity in this industry that they like moved away or yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I think we must have like looked at like thousands of profiles backstage and actor access before we found her. And
I
we were
see.
also contacting a lot of like organizations and special agencies.
Mm.
Yeah.
But you finally found her, so it kind of worked out. And
Yeah.
were there other challenges in making the film?
Um, I think I had a great team, great production designers, which just really helped a lot, a great cinematographer. So I think once the team is put together, is everything else just got mu much easier.
Much easier. That's cool. Well, our jury really loved the films, and it's very rare for us to accept two films for one festival by one filmmaker. So that must mean that
Honor.
you should be very proud. And folks, I'd like to show you how you could purchase tickets so you can check out Yuwei's great films. So I'm going to share screen for a second. Let me make sure I have everything together here. And we share. And okay. So normally this is our website, njfilmfest.com, which is our normal website. This in the past is where the entire festival lineup would be found. But during the pandemic, we partnered with Eventive, which is one of the major streaming providers for film festivals, especially during the pandemic. They were streaming films for major companies like Lionsgate and I can't remember some of the other companies that use them, but streaming was starting to pick up anyway. But now we had to use them, and we've been using them now for almost 6 years, and we've had a wonderful relationship with them. So when you get to our homepage, you can see that there's a placeholder here for the film festival in the spring. So you need to absolutely push the tickets info button, the red button down here. And once you push that, that'll open up to our website in earnest. And there's 7 buttons at the top, and you absolutely want to check out all of those buttons. But I also want to scroll down and show you that there are other information here like driving directions. There will eventually be a link here allowing you to park in university parking lots for free. And so the welcome page has got some information too. But if you click on the schedule page, this is a very generic, very vanilla page that gives you textual information about the festival. Each festival show is divided by a red line with the date, the time of the film, and when it'll play, if it will play online. So we start on the 23rd with a really wonderful documentary about a very famous psychologist named B.F. Skinner. but you can scroll your way down. We have a program of documentary films, short films. We're doing only an in-person screening of Sun Ra, Do the Impossible. That's a film that is a really magical film about an amazing musician. But when you get a little further down and you get to February 6th, we have Shorts Program #1. And this program features animation. And then you can see that Yuwei's subtitled film is here. And a little further down, Solstice is here too. So her two films will be playing with a series of shorts on February 6th. It'll be online for 24 hours. So that means that if you're in California, it actually will start at 9 p.m. the day before, because the online screenings start at midnight Eastern time, Eastern USA time. So the beginning of the online will depend on where you are located. If you live in New Jersey, it'll start at 12 midnight and it'll play the entire day till 11:59 p.m. And the thing is, though, if you start watching on that Friday, anytime, you have 24 hours to complete viewing. So if you start watching very late on February 6th, say at 11:30, and you still have, an hour and a half's worth of movies to watch, you still can finish them. It'll give you 24 hours to do that, but you must start watching on that day. The in-person screening is at 7 p.m., as I mentioned to you before. If you go up to the menu page, all those buttons are there too. And so you can go to the film guide, which lists all the individual films. So there's a blurb about subtitled here, and all the other films individually, you can check them out that way as well. So we have Solstice. I really like your poster too. And there's a Punch and Judy show.
Thank you.
And I think that really is great too. So once you can go back to menu and you can go back to the welcome page. You buy all access pass. If you want to buy a pass, it's $120. And if you want to watch more than half the movies, it's really worth its weight in gold because you'll save half price on doing that. So it's a really great opportunity. And then if you hit screening and tickets, this is where you actually buy tickets for individual shows. And so as you scroll down and you go to February 6th, you can click on Learn More to see all the films that are playing, but you will have to hit pre-order now to purchase tickets. And if you've never bought tickets from us before, you just need to register once and you'll never have to register again. It takes about 30 seconds. So that's how you could purchase tickets as well. There's just a few other things that I'd like to point out. We are offering 2 free filmmaking workshops. They're available free and no charge. One is on the legal aspects of the motion picture business, which is crucial. All filmmakers should have access to a good lawyer. And then Intro to Filmmaking is a beginner's workshop, and that's free also. And then the Sun Ra screening is only in person, and we'll have a Rutgers professor who actually worked on the film be there to do a Q&A with the audience. So I'm going to stop sharing, since that's how you can buy tickets. I want to say thank you, Yuwei, for spending, this 20 minutes with me and sharing information about your film with our audience. And it's just nice to be able to meet somebody who's in the beginnings of her career. And if there's any new films that you have, you make sure you send them to us. We'd love to be able to look at them and try to help as many alumni of the festival as we can. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's stop recording.